And what's up, my shits and geeks? You guys know what this is. And yes, it is another map change video. We have had recently a new update, as you guys might know. The water level has gone down, and most of the POIs have had massive changes. I think you guys will really enjoy what will be coming up in this video, and yeah, we'll get straight into this. Over here at this island, the water level has only lowered a little bit, but the shark has had some big changes. The water level has lowered quite a bit, as now you can see that the tower is fully out of the water, and that the head is now pretty much out of the water. Now, as you guys know, if you watched my last video, which you definitely should, that this POI will definitely be returning, as you can see by all the damage and everything if I just come down here. But the vault will be open with only one chest, as I explained in my last video. And yeah, that's all that has really happened over at the shark. So we're going to be heading over to Sweaty Sands. Oh, first, sorry, nearly forgot about this little place. Coral Cove is now out of the water. Well, its water level is starting to go down. So maybe these guys over here will move back to their hometown, Coral Cove, and will be not pirates anymore. So over here by Sweaty Sands, there were a whole lot more boats, if you guys can remember. But now they're pretty much all gone, I'm guessing because of the water level lowering. Now over here at Sweaty Sands, there aren't much more changes since last week, except the water level. And this building right here, the buoy is underwater, as you guys know, and it is now touching the ground. So I think maybe in an update or two, we should have our old Sweaty Sands back, except without the beach. And over here at this caravan park, it is now nearly completely out of the water. Sorry about the rendering here, by the way, but as you guys see, next week this little section will be back, but the rest will return in maybe 2 weeks. Like the beach and the main hotel and other houses. All these houses and little places along this line will be coming or returning next week. Alrighty, so we're coming over to Pleasant Park right now. Now, if you guys have landed at Pleasant Park yet this week, you guys will know that there is a massive map change, and yes, there is absolutely no water left. We have our old PP back. Yes, I got that off fresh. Don't really give a shit. And yeah, their cleanup is now completely done, and there's just a little bit of mud that needs to get washed away pretty much. And yeah, I wish I could put in some flashbacks, but I can't right now because my unsaved files have been corrupted. So I wish I could do that, but I can't right now. That's it for over here. So we're going to be heading over to the next location right now, which is sort of over at Salty. Now, if you guys remember from a couple weeks ago, that Salty was also completely out of the water. There aren't many map changes here except for a little bit of texture of mud on the ground. And just over in this blue house over here, if you guys followed like the mini storylines, you guys would remember that Midas's heavy gold chair broke through this floor, and now there is no hole to be seen. It was done by a thief, if you guys didn't know that. And that is all pretty much for over here at Salty. So we will be heading on to the next location right now. Alrighty guys, so we're heading over to the next location. We'll come back over this way. I just want to show you guys a little bit more over in this direction. Alrighty, so we're going to be over here at Sweaty Sands, Frenzy Farm, sorry. And last week, pretty much the whole thing was out of the water, except for this one little shed. But as you guys now see, the No Sweat Insurance buoy has deflated, and the house, or shed should I say, is now fully back on the ground and ready to be looted once again. Now, like I said last week in my last video, that this No Sweat Insurance storage building will disappear because it is over a bridge. And like I said, it did. My predictions were correct. Now, if you guys liked the stuff in there, like that's where Mice's golden chair was like stashed behind a whole bunch of boxes, and like the puppet show that was going on, it should be returning when the water level goes down, but it's not in the map right now. I've searched the whole entire island and it is nowhere to be seen. But yeah, if you guys go and have a look at my last video, you will see that I said that this building will be disappearing. But no need to be scared. I think this building will return over here, even though there is a river there. There is quite a bit of room for it to be placed down. So that's it for over by Frenzy. We're now heading over to Steamy Stacks here, and the water level has lowered a bit more, except for that 1 or 2 puddles there. Now, last week and the week before that, Steamy Stacks was completely out of the water. There wasn't much water there on week 1 or week 2, but yeah. The only really map change that has happened over here is the road and the bridge is now completely out of the water, ready for the cars that will be coming in next week. I am 90% sure. They could be coming out tomorrow, but I couldn't really tell you guys. Now over here at Dirty Docks, the water level has lowered since last week. And as you guys can see, if you look closely underwater, there is a whole lot of damage done to this POI, which just makes it more, which just gives more evidence that this POI will be returning later into the season. The damage is like the boat up here and the seaweed all over the cranes and the ground. But yeah, I'm going to be coming underwater and I'll show you guys this damage. Now, there's buoys and all the cars and trucks are flipped, and there's just garbage everywhere. As you guys can see just over here, you can see all the cars flipped and everything. Now, I'm pretty sure that is all that has happened for over here at Dirty Docks. If you guys spotted something that I didn't, please let me know in the comments. But over here at the grotto, I am not sure if this location is returning or not. Like I said in my last video, like there's a chest there for no apparent reason, which makes me think that this POI will be returning. But if I come down in here, there's no grotto. It's just a hole filled up with water. So yeah, I am not too sure. And the only map change over here is that the water level has lowered, and you can now see a little bit more of its face, and that is it that has happened over here. If you guys spotted something that I didn't, once again, just let me know. I'm sorry if you guys like saw something that I didn't. Yeah, my eyes are just not very good at the moment. I am tired and I am recording my voice late at night. Alright, so we're coming over to our next location over here, which is the Authority. I think I am recording this voice after I have recorded this video, and I'm tired and I can't really remember where I went in order. But yeah, sorry, I'll get this. But as you guys can see, our first map change here is that the gate is open. I'm guessing this is open for next week or in the next couple days of this week for the cars to go in and out of this location. Now, I'm pretty sure this water level won't get any more lower for over in the authority or agency, because if you guys remember, there was a lake for the boats to have more mobility, but maybe next season we won't be seeing the boats here. But the second map changes all these big trees. All these trees have now grown. If you guys remember from last week, that all these trees were small except for that one over to the side. There's just a couple more things that I'm not too sure about this wall. Like this little gap over here. How are you supposed to get a boat through there without going on land? I don't know. I think that might be a sign that the boats might be like getting disabled or vaulted. Like a couple weapons from and vehicles like the quad crasher and the trolley, which I really want to see back. But anyways, we're going over to the next location right now. Alrighty, so the next location is over here at the rig. Oh no, before we go to the rig, we are going to be stopping over here at Weeping Woods. This location is now partially shown, and you can now land on this house right here on the roof, and second and the first floor. That house is now completely lootable. But over on this house, like I said in my last video, only the roof and the first floor are lootable, because you have to, not the first floor, the second floor, because the first floor is yet, as you guys can see, underwater. Just some more minor details over at the RV park, but I don't really need to go through those. Now, over here at the boat. Now, if you guys remembered from my last video, I explained that the boat was like sort of like facing the dam, and like now it's not, it's completely the other way. It was like facing over in this direction, and I thought it might ram into the dam and let more water loose, but I'm guessing that is not true anymore. The boat has now completely turned around somehow, and it has come back over to this loading dock, which I'm not sure they're like getting on, like could be stuff for like later on in the season, but yeah, I cannot tell you any of that right now. Over here, as you guys can see, we have the loggery or lumberjack place, whatever you want to call it, slowly returning. Now, if you guys like doing memes and sky bases, that is your place to land for all the mats. This bridge is now showing a little bit, which proves even more that the boats will be coming back. And over here at Slurpy Swamp, the water has decreased a little bit more, but not much. And like I said before, like in my last video, I went over pretty much all this, that only these containers and those big tanks full of slurp is like the only thing left in there. So I'm not sure if that place will be lootable by the end of the season. But yeah, hopefully it is, because I quite liked that location. They're over here at the rig. If you guys remember that I explained in my last map change video, so there was one island over here, another there, and then one in the middle with a crane on top. And yeah, nothing has really changed over here. Alrighty, we're just going to be heading over in this direction. I don't think there's anything that has really happened over at Happy Hamlet or Lazy Lake. If there is, or if you guys have noticed something while you're playing any matches over at a couple of these locations that I have missed, then please let me know down in the comments section. Now, over at the little watch hut, it has had only a couple of chairs and a couple of planks been moved around, and the trucks are still in the same position. Nothing has really changed over there except for little minor details. But over here, Catty Corner has had a little bit of an upgrade. I think the walls have gotten less wood and now more tin since the past few weeks. And the gas station hasn't had anything changed to it. But now, over here at Camp Coda, you guys can see that more of it is showing. Now, over here at this water tank, there's one of these mannequin chests up here, and the water used to be up to this guy's knees, and now look at where it is. That just proves how much the water has lowered since the start of the season. The watchtower over here is also out of the water, and that little barn shed thing is also out. And the little hill over at the house, well, first you can get this chest and one ammo box down here, but this house, like, little hill, it's more revealed, and you can now get to that power source, and that shed should be coming pretty soon as well. That's all that has happened over here, I'm 90% sure. And so yeah, we'll be heading over to the next location. Over here at the next location, we are over here at Craggy Cliffs. And the water was a little bit high on this location last week, but now it is completely gone except for a little corner down in the bottom left there, as you guys can see. This reroute van is still usable. It's not affected by the water or anything. And yeah, that's really the only change that has happened over here, and that the water has lowered. So we're heading back over through this way, back to like around the Sweaty Sands area, but just past it a little bit. Sorry, my drone speed is at max speed and it still goes slow. Don't know why that is. It's just my drone, I guess. But yeah. Over here at this little house, like I said in my last video in chapter 2 season 1, there was a little movie reference from the 80s. And there hasn't been any development over here except for a little bit of seaweed on the crane, and that is it. But over for our final map change, and yes, our toilets and bathtub nights are back. They're fully out of the water, or should I say are back. They weren't really here until this season. But yeah, he is now fully out of the water, and he looks like he is prepared for battle with his little chest in there for his loot when he goes into battle. I'm not sure what will be happening with this guy. If you guys don't know, the truck is underwater over on the other side of the island. Maybe he will be going to save him, or they could have an epic battle. But yeah, that's it for this video, my shits and geeks, and I'll see you guys in my next. Bye! Lost in the zone, into the light now.